Want to start shipping out candles but don't know where to begin? I got you covered. In today's video, I'll be sharing all of my secrets to shipping, the tools you'll need, as well as step-by-step how to make sure your candles do not shatter before they get to your customers. So definitely stay tuned for the video. If you like videos like this, give it a thumbs up, comment down below what you'd like to see in the future, and subscribe so you don't miss out on anything else that I post. Alright, let's just jump right into it. Number one, you need to have the right supply. If you don't know by now, your presentation says so much about your business and it really affects the likelihood of people actually making multiple orders. I recommend starting with your own boxes instead of the ones from USPS. If you get a package from a small business and it says USPS all over it, how likely are you going to remember the name of that business? Chances are it's slim to none. Your customers have so much going on in their day-to-day life that repetitive brand placement is crucial to establish trustworthiness. But back to boxes. I get these from Amazon and I'll put the link to the 3 most common dimensions that you'll need to ship out either 1 candle or 2 candles or even a large order of 3 or more. Typically, it's going to be between 8 and 12 ounces. The dimensions mentioned in the description of this video will give you everything you need to know to be set up for success. From there, you're going to need some custom branded tape. I put mine in this beautiful tape dispenser that I get off Amazon, but this is completely optional. You could just use the sponge that it comes with. Typically, you're going to get customized brand tape that is water activated, and the one that I get is from Sticker Mule. Very cost effective. I'll link them down below. I think if you use my code, you get an additional discount. The more brand awareness your customers have, the more likely they are going to buy from you over and over again. The more likely they're going to mention you to other people because they keep seeing it, okay? The more people seeing your brand, the better chances you are to get more sales and more word of mouth into the direction of getting you an increase in revenue. Next, you're going to need the right tissue paper. Yes, I said the right tissue paper because it must adhere to your brand colors. You cannot put out some random green tissue paper if your colors are orange and black. It does not speak to that brand repetition I was talking about. And a great example of this being my brand colors are black and white. So you'll see that I have white tissue paper here and I have a black box. This helps my consumers feel more comfortable with my brand because they're seeing the same colors and the same logo every time. It is so important that your potential customers and your current customers see brand continuity through consistent colors on your social media, on your website, on your Etsy if you have one, as well as on your packaging. The more often they see those same color schemes, the more likely they are to trust you and repeat those orders. If you're struggling with your brand presence or you don't really know how to establish a solid color scheme that will look aesthetically pleasing and match your logo, then I would say try out Taylor Brands. This is not an ad. I just use them quite a few times to actually get my business set up for success. I'll link them down below, but you can leverage Taylor Brands to get your brand on track and make it look more aesthetically pleasing and more professional to your potential buyers. Next, you're going to need packing peanuts. You need these to ensure your candle does not shatter, as well as my secret tip, which we'll get into later on in this video, based upon how to ensure repeat customers using these peanuts. Next, you're going to need some bubble wrap or some honeycomb paper. They work the same in my opinion. It really just depends on how much space you have in your box. For summer months, or if you live in a hot area year-round, I recommend some insulated bubble wrap. That way it prevents your candles from melting before they get to your customers. Next, you're going to need some business cards, some business stickers, and then business thank you postcards. You can use my code in the description to get all of these from Zazzle. It is an amazing resource to have to ensure that brand continuity, as well as I mentioned before, brand repetition. The more often your customer sees this logo, the more often they see your brand colors, the more likely they're going to buy from you over and over again. Okay, now for the fun part. Let's pack an order together. Let's just say for fun, someone ordered a clean cotton wax melt and a strawberry shortcake candle. The first step will be putting together your box. Next, you can add some brand continuity to your box by getting a stamp from Zazzle. If you have a black box, I'd recommend white ink. If you have a white box, I recommend black ink or any color that goes with your brand theme. Next, we're going to add tissue paper. I recommend folding it vertical and doing 2 pieces instead of 1, and adding 1 on the left side and 1 on the right side so that you could eventually close it with a sticker and it looks like a gift. Now that we have our box all set up, we're going to individually wrap each item within bubble wrap, but you can also use honeycomb paper or the insulated bubble wrap if it is too hot. Inside the box, when you're just wrapping your products, I recommend using just some Scotch tape. Now that the items are fully packed, we can move on to adding them into our box. I always add in the package products prior to putting in the packing peanuts, just because I want to see where I need to add the peanuts, because you do not want to have your products close to the sidewall of the box because it's more likely to shatter. So from here I can just eyeball it and determine I have enough space to add in lots of peanuts. Okay, as far as my secret little tip, I definitely recommend grabbing a grocery bag, putting some packing peanuts in here, and adding in fragrance oil, just like a drop of it. Honestly, 1 drop is sufficient. This makes your packing peanuts smell so good, and it ensures repeat customers like crazy. Most of my customers write raving reviews about opening the box and it's just bursting with scent. That is the best review you want to get, and it's the best feeling when you are opening a box and you're not alone. Like, what if you were there with your husband or your friend, family, and like, ooh, that smells good, and that increases the likelihood of that customer buying from you again and feeling happy about the purchase they made overall. So we're going to pretend this paper is a packing slip. I always like to add in my business card and my thank you card into the packing slip and fold it in a way that it increases the chances that someone's actually going to open it, because it looks so heavy. It's like, is there a gift in here? It's like, yeah, girl, it's a discount for your next order. If you all didn't know, it's recommended to put a discount on your thank you postcard, as well as candle care instructions, so they know to trim the wicks, and you cover your butt in case they don't trim the wicks and they set a flame in their house. Like, you have a candle care card, you knew what to do. And yeah, just pretend like this is a packing slip here, and you always put that right on top of the candle, so they have to get that packing slip first before they get to their product. So they're definitely going to check. I mean, some people might throw it away, but most likely they'll check it. And then from here, you close that box like it's a gift, like this is Christmas, like it is Christmas December 25th. Okay, so you take the slowest time. I'm showing you how slow I go. Slowly fold this over. You want to make sure it looks like you pack this with candle care love. The better attention you put in there, the more likely they're going to buy from you over and over and over and over again. Okay, and then my secret, or this isn't a secret, but I just add on my sticker. I branded sticker, as I mentioned, brand continuity. The more often they see your brand, the more likely they're going to make that repeat purchase, because they see your brand on the inside, outside, everywhere. So yeah, just add in your brand sticker here and you are good to go. From here, we can move on to the outside of the box. So I like to be very intentional here with adding on some shipping tape. I'll link it down below, but it's encouraged to add this on before you add your brand tape. I know a lot of people say, oh, your brand tape is sticky enough, and it's like, better be safe than sorry. So I'll always add this on first to make sure it does not open. And really, my brand tape is just for decoration, because I don't want to be that one person who adds just brand tape and it's water activated. What happens if one piece of it dries up and it detaches, your box is open, and it never gets to the customer? They file a complaint and then you owe them $50,000. That's the way I see it. So just add on some tape so you don't owe them $50,000. Next, we're moving on to the custom sticker tape. So I'm using my water activated tape dispenser. I'll link it down below. It helps a lot because using a sponge on water activated tape is ghetto, to be transparent. You have to measure out how much you need and cut it, and then go wet a sponge and then carefully apply it and hope it doesn't drip everywhere. It's just this messy mess. So having a water activated dispenser saves so much time. And then you can literally just measure as you go with the cutting feature here. It works just like a regular tape dispenser. After applying the tape, I just went in with some more of the clear tape just to be safe. It's better to be safe than sorry. It's really for decoration, I say. Just have a Sense of Vision logo right there. And usually I will put my sticker on the top now, but since it's just a video demo, I'm just going to add on my fragile label. So I'd recommend getting the red fragile labels, not the yellow ones, because the yellow ones will get you an extra charge from USPS. The red ones work just as fine. The only difference is that the carrier just knows to be careful and they're not gonna charge you for it. All right, everyone, that was my specific process on how I pack orders to ensure they do not break. And if you're struggling with getting your business started, you don't really understand how to get the right recipes, you're kind of still in that limiting lack mindset, then I definitely recommend grabbing the Ultimate Candle Making Survival Guide. It's only $39.99 until the end of this month. It'll take your business to the next level and help you unpack all of those fears that you may have around being successful. It'll give you those insights into troubleshooting tips that I went through myself 3 years ago when I started my own business, and how I was able to overcome them and exceed my own revenue goals. So if you like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, your week, your next hour. Just living your purpose and love life. Okay, bye.
To make your girl OD, I get in my way, never out of my lane. Feel like you the one and I'm on one. So what is gonna be?